What's up? I'm back. It's Chris Albert. I'm here. I'm gonna answer actually a pretty valid question. I got a question from Kelly Anthony. All right. I'm trying to speak up because a lot of you say you can't hear me, so I'm trying to speak up a little bit. Kelly Anthony, or Anthony Kelly, he says he's 21-year-old male. He's been working out consistently for about a year now. The problem is that I am sitting most of my day. I get up at 5 a.m., drive an hour to work, sit in a cubicle for 8 hours, and drive an hour back, go to the gym around 5 p.m. As you can see, I'm not very active unless I'm in the gym. Do you have any tips to stay fit or ways to keep my diet strict so I can lose stubborn belly fat while sitting most of my day? Please respond via email or video. All right, Anthony. So here's the deal, man. Most of us sit when we're not in the gym. Most of us don't have a whole high level of activity when we're not in the gym. So that's not going to be a real detriment to you losing fat or building muscle, as long as you're hitting the gym and you're hitting the gym hard. The biggest issue for you is a couple of things. One, diet. All right. If your diet is not on point, then you're not going to lose belly fat, regardless if you're hitting the gym, regardless if you're moving around all day, regardless of what you're doing, because your body works off of its baseline metabolic rate, right? So regardless if you're sitting down or regardless if you're moving all day long, someone who moves around all day long, their body's used to that. So they're not going to burn extra calories from doing what they do every day. You're doing the same thing. This is what you do every day, and then you go to the gym and then you do your other work. So what you need to consider is what you're putting in your body while you're sitting there, okay? Now, if I were you, what I would be doing is eating most of my carbohydrates, and I say this over and over again, within the 2 hours before and the 2 hours after your workout. Otherwise, you're going to be kind of effed up, okay? And the reason is because while you're sitting there, your insulin is moving through your body, transporting those carbohydrates. If your muscle stores are all stored up, then the only other place it could go is the liver. The liver can only hold so much, so then it's got to go to fat stores. So what I would do is limit my carbohydrates while you're sitting there in the office, and then eat most of the carbohydrates probably about 2 hours before your workout. You can start eating some complex carbs. Right before the workout, you could have some simple carbs. Right after the workout, you could have some simple carbs. And then the whole food meal right after your workout, I would have more complex carbs. I don't know your height and weight, so I can't give you exact numbers. If you're looking for that, just email me, and we can talk about setting up a plan or something like that, or me working with you further. The other thing you need to consider about sitting all day is your flexibility. And a lot of people don't think about this in bodybuilding terms. What you need to be doing before you train, before you do anything, is foam rolling. Now you need to foam roll your IT bands. You need to foam roll your iliopsoas, which is a muscle right here in your hip. You need to foam roll your quads. You need to foam roll pretty much everything, because if you have tight hips, it's going to make it really, really hard for you to squat properly. And squat, for me, is one of the most important lifts there are. If you can't squat, there's substitutions, but if you can squat, I always have my clients squat. So you're going to need to make sure that you're ensuring your flexibility. I would get a really hard PVC pipe or a really hard foam roller or one of those rumble rollers, and make sure that you're hammering out any of that tightness and scar tissue that could be in there. Other than that, man, you're in a golden friggin' position to build muscle, okay? And let me tell you why. Because there's a lot of guys out there who are sweating their butts off every day out in the open, facing the elements, who really want to build muscle, but they're burning calories like crazy because of their jobs. So the grass is always greener on the other side, man. You don't need to be doing tons of cardio all day long. You don't need to be doing tons of things all day long. You are in a golden position to be building muscle because you'll be fresh for the gym. You'll be able to put all your energy into your weightlifting and things like that. So if you have any more questions for me, you hit me up at gettingyourshredded@gmail.com. This is Chris Albert here in Long Beach, unapologetic muscle, flexing my ass off for all of you. Hit me up with your questions. Hit me up with anything you got. All right? Y'all take care.